Please flex your hand. How does it feel?
It's different than before. Like my mind has become clearer.
The Ragnite has begun sharpening your nerves and heightening your reflexes. However, long-term usage will put an immense strain on your body, so please be careful.
Well met, Maxime. Word is your body's sporting some fancy new upgrades.
You heard correctly.
Not many test subjects survive experimental augmentation, so why take the risk?
It is all for His Majesty's path to power. I only wish to be his soldier, his general.
You sure are a strange one. Not only are you serving an emperor who should be your foe, you've already climbed up the ranks to be his grand general. Some people are mighty suspicious of your amazing promotion.
Do they not trust me?
Victor still seems like he's got his doubts, but I trust you. And why do you suppose that is? Because you're intriguing, that's why.
Intriguing?
Everything in the world can be split into two categories. That which piques my interest, and that which does not.
So His Majesty's path to power interests you?
Of course. This job is so much fun. Every day's a holiday.
And what do you think lies beyond His Majesty's path to power?
Never given it much thought.
What?
I'd rather enjoy the journey than dwell on the destination.
Have you no desire to know what the Emperor strives for? What you will see once he stands atop the world? Not once?
Only His Imperial Majesty needs to look that far ahead. Serving the Emperor intrigues me. That's all I need. But I get the impression that's not enough for you. Well, do what you want. But just between us, all we Grand Generals need to worry about is following Imperial orders. Don't overthink it.
We strike here. Cavaltus, Ruse's primary line of defense, protecting them from the other great nations.
Which is precisely why it's significant. Its mountain range also separates the climate between Ruse and Jutland. If we can break through the defensive line that crosses this range, we can deal a massive blow to the Empire.
Big gamble, big payoff. It'll help with the superpowers too.
We must make our next move before the retreat in Glotzen starts affecting the country's morale. The incident there has brought upon a larger backlash, especially since we were advancing steadily with every op. The military's credibility has dropped 15%.
Are any of the Grand Generals there?
So far, we have no information. But considering how important this position is, I think it's likely that Galush or Gustav will take command.
And the Valkyria?
There's a high chance of it. Still, that's only at night.
With the latest weapon upgrades, you can really do business. Bring on the night. We're counting on you, Am.
I know.
One other thing, everyone. That man came to see me, too.
Same here.
Godot.
I was caught off guard. He really doesn't deny it. I didn't know how to deal with him.
Why doesn't he oppose us?
He told me he loves this country, and that's why he wants to fight alongside us.
Talk about a pain in the ass.
There's been movement in the Jutland army. I've obtained information that they will attack Kovaltis.
They're getting close.
It will become a strategic point where we can display our might to the major powers. I knew they would come someday, but this is sooner than I expected.
Gustav, take command.
I was hoping you'd say that. Leave it to me. Then again, we could work together. How about it, Maxime? After taking the trouble to upgrade your augmentations, aren't you just dying to try them out?
Your Majesty.
Very well. We entrust you both with the defense of Kovaltis.
Yes, sire. I am honored to.
One more order for the two of you.
Whatever you please.
Keep those beasts at bay until the sun sets over Kovaltis. Come nightfall, death itself will sing its dirge.
Oh my, now we really can't afford to lose.
This battle shall be the blow which brings Jutland to heel. Proceed with caution.
Presenting Princess Ophelia, reporting for duty.
I am sorry to be so late.
We've been briefed. We'll prepare immediately.
Hurry.
Right.
Fifi! Must be hard juggling royal duties with soldier stuff.
Nay, that was not the problem.
Oh, it wasn't?
'Twas my king father again.
He's still trying to stop you from fighting the good fight? Guess he's gotten even pushier since the Valkyria showed up.
I had to cut our conversation short to come here. I hated doing that to my father, let alone my king. However...
Godot,
Sir,
don't approach the others again.
apologies. I just feared the five of you were making a grave mistake.
That's none of your concern. Stay out of our business. You've been warned. Now go.
Yes, sir.
May 12th. The operation to capture Kovaltis commenced. Vanargand's mission? Annihilate the enemy's main force.
The scope of this operation far surpassed any that have come before it.
I'll draw the main unit's attention. When our wolf pack appears, the pleasure of putting them down is all yours.
Right.
Jeez, hold out until nightfall, huh? Better take care not to force them into retreat before things get interesting.
Vanargand, attack!
Phew! The first half of the battle's over, huh?
If it goes as planned, the main enemy unit that's fighting ours right now should be falling back to the fortress.
Once we've confirmed as much, we'll execute a pincer attack with the main army.
Then we devour the entrails of the Empire. What a beautiful plan.
I wonder how they are faring.
All we can do is wait.
However, Ruse's army did not retreat. Abandoning their fortress, they confronted Jutland's main force in full. It became a vicious battle where both sides were forced into attrition. Hour by hour, time had passed.
There's no movement at all.
It's eerie.
What are our orders?
The anti-Valkyria squad will hold position. The brass says if this battle gets drawn out, we may need to be wary of the Valkyria.
Bah! If that wretched Reaper's coming, then let it come.
Can't wait to try this baby out after all.
Hans, relay our confirmation to the main army.
Yes, sir.
I understand our orders. But is it wrong for us to stay put?
How do you mean?
Should we not lend a hand to the rest of our forces?
Right now, the main army needs to be 2 steps ahead of theirs. And we have our own job to do. We're the anti-Valkyria squad.
Welcome to the military, Princess. Orders are orders. It's not like they're shipping us home. Standing by is just a part of the job too, you know?
That may well be. But at this very moment, the blood of Jutland's finest is being spilt. As princess, I cannot brush their sacrifice aside. Fifi.
Well, if you say it like that.
Technically, as princess, you could supersede their ranks. They'd have no choice but to obey you.
Oh, this is true.
We feel the same way, Princess. I'd much rather be helping out.
Just so.
Bad guys? Where?
That's...
Shit! We're under attack. Move to intercept.
Prince Laertes, I will repeat myself as often as necessary. We are not your enemy.
Who controls Ipsaria now?
Ipsaria belongs to its people. No one is controlling anyone.
Then, Princess, I will repeat myself in the same manner. Ipsaria has not been liberated. It was invaded by you Jews.
Invaded?
From the Ipsarians' point of view, the head has only changed from Ruse to Jutland.
This is a misunderstanding. We fought for Ipsaria to grant them the peace and autonomy put to ruin by the Ruzi Empire. As proof, its capital has been revitalized, and I hear that many Ipsarians wish for the return of their one true king.
Lies! It does not change the fact you hide your invasion behind honeyed words like liberation.
Prince, I believe that liberation means reaching out to each and every citizen. Ipsaria had been exhausted by Ruzi oppression long before we stepped foot in your kingdom. Although your people yearned for freedom, they were drained of the strength to stand up. We only offered a helping hand.
That is hubris, Princess. The Ipsaria of old, its country, its people, was weak. That was why they lost to Ruse. Nothing more, nothing less.
What sort of king calls his people weak? Have you no faith?
I am no king. I am Grand General Maxime of the Ruzi Empire, a man who has sworn allegiance to Emperor Claudius. But since you believe it so firmly, Princess, answer me. What is this king, this country, this future you see?
I see a king who walks alongside his people.
What?
Absolute power corrupts absolutely. Is it therefore better to seize power through fear, or to surrender it out of love? A king must lead by example, not by stepping over others. People should look up to him, not be looked down on by him. I envision royalty walking side by side with their subjects. A future ruled by the power of love, not the fear of power.
A fool's errand! Something like that isn't possible!
But it is. I may be a princess, yet here I am, fighting both for and with my people. We could still work together, hand in hand. I know we can. My prince, please listen to reason.
Stay your tongue!
Your Highness.
Enough, Ophelia. Prince Laertes, Grand General, I don't care who you are. You want to call us invaders? Fine. doesn't change the fact you stand before me as an enemy.
Hamlet!
And that means I have to cut you down.
Captain, it's sunset.
What are you so afraid of?
I'll distract him. Godot, take the squad and join up with the main army. Prepare for the Valkyria.
Understood. Come, Princess.
But I...
Go!
The wolves are back on the prowl. Thanks to Maxime throwing them off the trail, it seems we've bought ourselves some time. Now, my dear Vanargand, I'll be halting you in your tracks a little longer. The night is still young. Let's enjoy it, shall we?
Eyes front! Enemy mana weaponry!
They came back?
Our brigade had better not be beaten before we've begun.
No use worrying about it now.
Everyone! Weapons free!
It's over, isn't it? Isn't it?
Honestly, they just keep on coming. We didn't even rejoin the main unit yet.
Well then, what's the plan?
Lieutenant, your orders?
You okay there, Fifi?
Everyone, look!
Huh?
What is that?
It's here.
Here she comes. Now, let's leave the Reaper to her reaping.
Shall we order the whole army to retreat?
And spoil the fun. If we exit stage left before the show starts, our audience may catch wise and clear the theater.
That means...
Keep the vanguard at the front line. As for the rear guard, tell them to retreat quickly, calmly, and quietly.
Hamlet!
Captain!
It's here. All right, Baz. Let's see what this can do.
Retreat! Run away! Everyone, run!
Hans, contact the main army. Have them retreat immediately.
Captain Gronkair.
Hans! Weapons free! All units ready! Destroy the Valkyria!
The Valkyria is getting weaker! Our attacks are working!
Let's go for the kill! Wait! What? We should take our chance!
We only slowed it down. The Valkyria is gathering strength.
Suppressing fire! I'll handle that thing. I've been waiting for you. Once you're gone, I'll be one step closer to the Emperor.
Captain!
Godot, cover Hamlet.
We're moving in too!
Captain!
Valkyria. Why?
It's suppressing our mana. We can't fight like this. We must retreat.
We can't retreat. We need to stop it. Here, now.
But... Princess!
Wait! What is she doing? Beepy!
They're hiding us! Get back!
Enough of this, Valkyria. No more. You are killing allies and enemies alike.
You again. The one born as a mortal child.
What? Whatever do you mean? Tell me, why do you sing?
Because I must. I guide the foolish masses, who march toward ruin with powers not meant for them, to their rightful place.
Then I will also sing, to my utmost. Your voice may be a deathly dirge, but my heart carries a tune of hope.
No! We did it. Captain,
Cadeau!
we won. We held back the Valkyria.
That's right. We won't lose. Not ever again.
Good. Then that means Jutland will prevail.
Save your strength.
Captain, all of your anger. You'll need that to win this war. To protect this country. To bring Jutland victory. However, don't let that anger consume you. Use your strength to keep our kingdom safe. Thank you. Thank you, Captain. Jutland's future is in your hands now.
Jutland suffered a crushing defeat at the Battle of Kvaltis. They didn't take the mountain range, and the main force sustained considerable damage from Gustav and the Valkyria. Professor, what sort of effect did this have on Jutland? It can't have been small.
Indeed. The effects spread beyond to neighboring countries, including the liberated Ipsaria.
You are in pain, are you not?
The Song of Life, was it?
What?
A descendant of my transgressions.
That princess.
This atrocity is all mine.
So, it really was Miss Maria's voice.
How many times you gonna repeat that? Am already said so.
But it makes no sense!
I know what I heard. It's not a voice I'd ever forget. It was Miss Maria's.
On that day, we saw her being taken away by the Empire. After Claudius became emperor, there were rumors that the women from conquered lands became his concubines.
And that's when we figured Miss Maria was still alive.
We rose up against Ruse to save her and avenge our friends.
Ever since I heard about the pendant, I couldn't shake off the notion that she had already been killed. If we were unable to save her, we would settle things by avenging her death. At least, that's what I had thought. I don't understand what's happening to Miss Maria.
Hey, I thought some of the lore was just being obtuse, so I didn't mention it before.
What was it?
A few stories mention a human vessel was needed to summon a valkyria.
What? Are you saying she's being possessed by a valkyria?
That's a little hard to believe.
You're the one who heard her voice, Am. What do you think?
If she's still alive somehow, we need to save her. Nothing's changed.
Where are you headed? What's wrong?
I have a funeral to attend.
Oh, for Lieutenant Villefort.
Him, huh?
He's dead? Then we lost a good man. Even if he was a pain in the ass.
This is a callous statement, but it was good that he died.
Then you shouldn't have said it. He didn't stand in our way.
So what if he didn't? What if he had disclosed everything to the princess? Our pure-hearted princess would put an end to the battle immediately. We must avoid that at all costs.
Solomon. Godot didn't fault us for our decision. He fought for his country to the very end.
He said everything he did was for the love of his country.
Something's wrong with all of you. Hamlet aside, why are you two making that face? Violet? Friet?
The princess must be taking it hard. She looked up to him like an older brother or something, yeah?
His death hasn't been made public. The paper focused on the princess's song driving back the Valkyria. Not exactly stretching the truth with that one.
She's still trying to reason with the Prince of Ipsaria.
She wants to tell him to join hands with her to defeat a mutual enemy, right?
Not quite. Ophelia wants him to behave like a proper prince.
She asked that? On the battlefield?
Yeah. But the prince wouldn't hear any of it. He actually accused Jutland of invading Ipsaria.
We invaded?
Damn, that's pretty harsh.
So that's how he sees it. Interesting fellow.
He maintains his loyalty to the Emperor.
Is there a possibility he's been brainwashed?
Considering how much he's been augmented, you gotta wonder.
He looked like a man who wouldn't die, even if you killed him.
Indeed. He was a force to be reckoned with.
He was the foundation of our unit, on the battlefield and in our hearts. We must see this through without him now.
We'll have to make do.
Right. For Godot.
Rest in peace, knowing I'll fill the hole you left behind.
Oh, try thinking about the good times you had with him, Fifi.
Nay, 'tis impossible to do so just now, but one day.
From whence did these underground papers come? Likely from within the military itself. Heed their warning! 'Tis clear that war is futile. Unless we cease and desist, we will gain nothing but more casualties.
I'd like everyone to consider the following. The only basis that Councilman Lindegard has for this doubt is an anonymous underground paper. It's utter foolishness to suggest ending the war on something so questionable.
The documents are anonymous, true. I have proof, however, that they are indeed connected to our armed forces. The death toll of those the Valkyria killed at the Battle of Kovaltis is in fact 5 times higher than the army reports. This was no victory, but a tragic defeat. And falsifying the truth of the matter makes a mockery of our fallen soldiers.
Then would you?
Please, hear me out. The anti-Valkyria squad, our kingdom's supposed war heroes, have yet to show demonstrable results. That much is proven. Surely you realize how much vanargand has already drained our national budget. We paid for the wolves of war. What we got are paper tigers.
You would dare slander the squad that liberated not only our country, but many others in that manner.
This is reality, not calumny. We need to withdraw. Even as a proponent of the war, would you not agree that more fighting is meaningless from a diplomatic standpoint? Jutland has done more than enough to show off its strength. Now we should parley with the Empire and the major powers. Believe me, the violence can end. Let us stop this war!
Nothing's malfunctioning. Pretty sure the Valkyria song didn't leave any nasty after effects.
I see.
Better safe than sorry, though. I'll look into it a bit for you and your squad mates. Because we've got a long way to go in this war.
Please do.
Anyway, things have gotten kind of weird around town. Folks are giving off some bad vibes. Hope it doesn't bite us in the ass.
What's going on?
We have been waiting for you, Hamlet. I want to introduce you to someone who wishes to enlist. Lieutenant Villefort, at your service.
Villefort.
Miranda is my lady-in-waiting, my most trusted bodyguard. She is also Godot's younger sister.
My Ragnite aptitude's in the same class as my brother's. As for my combat skills, I was trained by the Royal Guard's finest.
Good! Then let's move right on to the enlistment test.
Yeah! Let's do it!
We can't give you special treatment just because you're Godot's sister.
Naturally.
Should your abilities be as bounteous as your beauty, Miss Miranda, we'll get along rather ravishingly.
Jeez, sad sack. Too soon. This all right by you, Captain?
Do whatever you want.
Now you're talking.
Admiral Mecklenburg.
Oh my, it's a rare treat for you to be the one initiating the conversation. Well, what can I do for you?
Do you accept how the previous battle went?
Hmm?
The Valkyria. Because of her, you lost many of your subordinates.
Take it easy. Compared to Jutland's losses, it's peanuts. Besides, those soldiers gave their lives for His Majesty. They died with honor. What more could an army grunt ask for? Lighten up a little. Wars are like carnivals, so let's have some fun and enjoy the ride, shall we?
Fun? Your subordinates were senselessly slain!
Look, I get it, I do. But it's all part of the master plan, His Imperial Majesty's plan.
Huh?
More importantly, this is what it means to use the Valkyria. That's the price we pay for a weapon of that caliber.
And you consent to this?
When we die, that's that. Our army, the enemy, you, me, the Emperor, we all end the same. Death is the great equalizer. So the real winner's the one who lives life to the fullest.
Well, that's quite the 180.
I can't believe it. It's like people think you started the war. At first, the thought of liberation was appealing. Friet Eriksson's columns made me hopeful for the change Jutland would bring to Europa. But then, we started hearing facts that didn't quite line up with Mr. Eriksson's accounts. Yet despite this, the tone of his arguments remained the same.
That's enough. They're all the same. Are you going to let me keep writing? Is it affecting sales?
As a matter of fact, yes. Listen, Friet. I'm sorry, but we gotta cut your column.
I had a hunch.
It's what the suits want. I can't do anything about it.
Don't worry about it. If there's no longer an audience for my writing, it is what it is.
Maybe you could write something that helps bring the war to an end.
I don't think so. I believe this war is necessary. Once a punch is thrown, there's no taking it back. And I'll stand by that belief to the bitter end.
I see.
Would it be better to avoid war altogether? Sure. But it was our right to start this war.
Our right?
Jutland was on the brink of poverty because of the embargo. We needed to start this war to survive. If there's one thing I've learned from all this, it's that some things can't be achieved without a fight.
When the war's over, will you write for us again?
If you'll have me.
Distributed throughout Jutland, stating that reports on the last battle were lies.
I've read that document. It's true that the Valkyria was pushed back with Ophelia's song, but the death toll was larger than the press stated. It was very aggressive in tone. Things like the operation was a failure, or that they achieved nothing.
That document spread instantly and largely affected the country's morale. They first directed their anger toward Friet the traitor. namely his column that's been in support of the war.
Well, there goes another job. Public opinion is swayed so easily. Nice to know where they stand, though. I wasn't for it at first either, but there's no stopping things now.
Parliament was in chaos too. Lindegard claimed the paper was an indictment from within the military and took action.
Councilman, you shall manipulate the masses no more.
What are you referring to?
Reports of your schemes are trickling in from across Europa, such as news of your backroom dealings with a major power.
How very interesting.
I did not spend all that time negotiating for the embargo's peaceful abolition because I enjoyed Ruse's wintry weather. Nor did I earn the Emperor's trust for the pleasure of his company.
I am aware.
Even now I have eyes and ears everywhere. Informants working for world peace, not for shady deals or unscrupulous favors. Though I failed to prevent this war, I intend to end it. With my own 2 hands if need be.
I remain steadfast in my belief that we should continue the war. As I said in Ipsaria, this is a revolution.
I wonder what His Royal Majesty will have to say about that.
I will follow what His Majesty says. Naturally.
I certainly hope so.